it's been a bit of an interesting day for me so far. I've only been up for an hour, and I've watched. I don't know how many people who are watching this know about a YouTuber named Joe Cat. I just got done watching his last video. Well, last as for now. We don't know if he's ever going to come back or not. Yeah, so that's been my day so far. Watching him do the Omega Legend one. Well, let's see how things go from here. Oh, and I'm on kind of a time limit today. Because I gotta stop recording at 3 so I can help move some more furniture.
In the shadows of the Imperium's ignorance, my genius, it blossoms. Oh, how they fear the brilliance that eludes their narrow vision. Oh, glorious spectacle of your demise.
Odious heretic. Odious heretic. Our frontliners, as always, move them as much as we can to the front. Backliners, not much of a backline, sadly, this time around. And then we have our midliners, of course.
A wicked thought. What if... fate claims another one. Let's see. Another one is shattered. A genius at work.
Oh, we have another attack. Interesting.
Fate claims another one. Schemes within schemes. Another one is shattered.
I guess for each time we use that, we get to claim the bounty. Neat. So just in one turn, we wiped out, what was that, 4 enemies with one character. Yeah, no one's in range for that.
As the Emperor commands, I act. That is not the Emperor's will. God, Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! Faith without deed, strike is a prayer. You, my Emperor!
Successful. Running binary override.
Okay, now here comes the question. Yes, this does do damage to them.
The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Suffering is part of the trial.
But of course, Lord Captain. Let's see to it. Naturally. For the throne's glory.
At your beck and call.
High momentum.
Ooh, that is nice.
I'll show
Let's protect
you why
our flank.
navigators are feared.
I will do my grey hair, sure hand. At your beck and call. It will be done. At your beck and call.
Then, oh, he's not in range.
As the Emperor commands, eradicated.
I can't help it.
Step aside. The navigator is coming.
If I see something that looks very good, I have
I'm
to
not
do it.
accustomed to being ordered around. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Face the navigator's might.
Yeah, don't set him on fire. That's probably a bad call.
Don't frighten me.
Gotta be careful. No, we can't hit you, but we can hit you.
What if? Calls the wrath of madness.
And you're in range for this.
Guided by faith. Doubt is for
I don't
the
know
weak.
why it even gives us that, because you can't miss
I'll
with a
do it.
single shot bolter gun fire.
Strike is a prayer.
And thank you for moving closer to Pascal. Here's your reward.
Scriptural prognosis is favorable. Running binary online.
My house needs me. I can't die.
Resuscitation liturgy is required.
She did her job well.
I need a foothold. I won't object to it.
I know probably people would say don't sacrifice your units so carelessly, but I can't help but do that when I'm playing a Warhammer game. Too much, God, the Adeptus Mechanicus game. It's taught me that you need to sacrifice units to claim units. Just want to make sure that they're still working. And we'll give
Let's
you
see to
that.
it.
Oh yeah, and we still have you.
Indeed. Victory is in.
And then we need you to go as far as you can. This away.
I will do my duty.
Still non-range. You are, though. We can't do much of anything else. Let's heal Pascal. Because if we were to fire, we're going to hit our own guys.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Faith without deeds.
I was really hoping that we were going to get one.
As the Emperor commands, I act. You, my Emperor! This is why I was chosen. Doubt is for the
3.
weak.
And then crush. Well, our momentum doesn't work with you right now, Pascal. Ivan? So we'll need to move you over to... Let's try
Through
here.
the smoke and gunfire.
See, can you hit him now? Can you hit him? No.
But of course.
Holy terror, smite your enemies.
What should we do? So he could get 2 attacks off on him. Kill him. Most likely, if we go to do this, we can kill him. But if we do Daring Breach with him, we'll kill him. And then we can start moving him up there. Let's remove this guy.
At your beck and call.
Even though he does do less damage because he's not using a
Indeed.
power weapon. Probably
No
better
matter
that if we try, at least try
I'm not
to
interested.
remove this
It
one
will be
from
done.
the field.
At your beck and call. It will be done. Indeed. It will be done. A tactically sound approach.
There we go. And should he move, he's probably going to take another hit.
Nothing stands against me.
Injured. I'm enraged.
I don't think there's any way to get in range.
A wicked thought.
Kind of hoping that was going to hit him. Hello.
Shattered foes in my wake. A genius at work.
As the Emperor commands. I'll do it. Dedicated. As the Emperor commands. Doubt is for the weak.
And now we get Ivan again.
Oh, the storm approaches.
Okay, we're out of ammo.
Explorers know one route. Forward. My competencies are not that universal.
Okay, we only had to take one casualty. We don't need another power sword. Arc rifle. We'll take. Okay. What we have now is. Let's see, we would lose 1 max damage, but we would also. We would gain 1 max damage, but we would lose 2 minimum damage. Yeah, I think also this counts as solid projectile. Let's see. This is better than the shotgun, I think. No, my shotgun is better. Add to cargo. Whose gloves are these? What's better, 5% damage or 10 plus 10 ballistic skill? Who keeps leaving this paint everywhere? We know we need to go across that bridge, which, if I remember correctly, it was destroyed.
What lies beyond?
My warp sight reveals something.
Ah, trap. Please don't. Okay, I don't know why that trap even was even a problem. The thing's shooting this way.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
This is destroyed, right? This pile of human remains carelessly tossed together amidst a suffocating stench. The torn, gutted bodies once belonged to tech priests, but you cannot spot even a glint of metal anywhere. All their implants are gone. Suddenly, one of the ravaged bodies make the tiniest movement. The tortured man's lips move ever so slightly, his half-closed eyes twitching. The man can barely breathe without his respirator implant. It is a miracle he survived the horrific vivisection. But it takes you a single look at the gaping wounds where the augment was ripped out to realize death is only a matter of time. As if having sensed your presence, that half-dead man looks at you and sharply inhales the hot air. Machine spirit delivered me. Requiem coming from Vesco's flash sound solemn and grim. Upon hearing it, the man mutilated face twists into a weak semblance of a smile. In a single motion, you bring an end to this long torment. After checking that there are no more survivors in this pile of human remains, you step away from this nourish site.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
So we're probably going to have to go through that door. What does yours do?
They will see. Oh, yes.
Well, your job is to
indeed.
give extra
They
turns.
all will see.
The machine god grants the insight.
For a second, I thought there was an enemy on the other side. Like, huh, that's a red
There
thing.
will be no peace in my wake.
Melta Ultima. Is that modified by the Adeptus Mechanicus has increased power and range. Staff of Blood. Siphon Life. Heroic Axe. Siphon Life. Desperate Measures. Info. This is the wielder of the staff, power level 9, gains the Siphon Life ability. This ability is also available in the Heroic Act and Desperate Measure versions. Power level affects the damage and healing level of this power. Okay, we know who we're going to give that to. So that's an upgraded version of his. Okay, which is better? Yeah, that's what I thought, that the melted gun was going to be better. Okay, so now we have a plasma pistol. You can't even use plasma. You can't use plasma. You can't use plasma. I won't let you use plasma. And you can't use plasma. Add to cargo. But yeah, since now that we're in a place where these haywire grenades are useful. And oddly enough, the fire grenades are useless. Because all these guys don't have flesh. Housing of the machine spirit of this cogitator are lamenting some irreversible loss. Oh! I don't think we can even go forward anymore.
Sings in my veins.
Unless there's something else that we missed. Oh, there's another door over here.
Patience! My nerves are frayed!
Let us see what I found.
Never doubt me.
Okay, that's just the room next door that we already were in, so let's not blow that up. So you approach the creature, you notice a number of deep scratches left by huge claws on its metal surface. Despite the apparent damage, the machine seems to be in working condition. Saying nothing of interest, the maintenance ritual, da. Touch levers in the reels on the control panel and disturb the slumber of spirits that reside within this cogitator. The machine dawdles as if still drowsy, but nonetheless performs its assigned function.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
Okay, before we go forward, let's do a save. Well, I have been doing this. I played a little bit of this yesterday. Not this save, of course.
They will.
I made a pyromancy
Oh
save.
yes, they.
Because I wanted to do
will
a pure flame build. So I made a sanctioned psyker.
Nothing escapes my sight. Cast your eye there. I better myself through my service.
Brace yourself, Abelard. Field medicine at its finest.
Yeah, that looks chaosy. The supply protocol. At first glance, the records look like typical shipping reports, but after further readings, it becomes apparent that the focus here has not been... It's not ore or assembly parts, but augments extracted from living tech priests and spent mass. The flesh of the victims killed after, during, or for the sake of machine research. The logs look damaged, the lines are uneven, and some of the values seem impossible. After a few minutes of studying the records, you feel your head begin to swim. The stored data can only be comprehended by a twisted mind touched by chaos eruption. This record looks like a sermon of some mad chaos worshiper. The log, clearly written from someone else's words, mentioned the heart that exudes virtue and the cradle that rocks the child of truth.
See, right there. Cleanses the body. The Emperor sets my path.
This is why we have so many of
Ministration
these.
is a holy task. Carry the Emperor's will as your torch.
I mean, did we just go in a circle?
Oh, one step at a time amidst the madness.
That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to see what it was. I guess it doesn't matter because that's a locked door. Push it again.
What lies beyond?
To the inside. Ooh. Let's see what's on the inside. Never mind, let's get back out of here. I don't like it in here.
Patience? My nerves are frayed.
Numerous wires and pipes run to the filthy cages, which are filled with what looks like a conglomeration of human bodies. You cannot make out what's in the cage, but bright blue sparks flash intermittently in the darkness while the massive flesh twitches and shudders. Casts a grinning eye over the cages before withdrawing his weapon and approaching to examine what lies inside. Look at it. Gestures towards the cage closest to you. Through the bars, you see it truly is a pile of human bodies, or something that used to be monstrous deformed bodies that fused together in place where others were serving using saws and knives, leaving wounds, seeping pus and slime, wounds that are agulating and sprouting tendons, rods connected to wires that run to a nearby cogitator, bristle across the flesh. One of the human heads turns to you, Mercy. Make it stop. You examine the pulsating mass of flesh. The creature in the cage seems to be composed of several bodies joined together. You see no sutures or any other means by which the separate parts you have been connected. Among the layers of meat you can discern large knots of muscle, various limbs, exposed bone, parts and faces, and entire heads. Only warp sorcery is capable of creating an abomination while preserving its ability to live on. The fish explodes in a fountain of lumps, stringing spray and bone shards. The gaping wound closes in an instant, and a different face emerges from the fleshy depths of the place of the lost head. Its body is pulsing faster, harder, as though the abomination's heart rate has spiked in with fear. A many-voiced moan rises up from all the other cages at once. The pain was felt by all who share the mutant's horrific fate. Drowning in once again fixes attention on the captain to the nearest cage. I'm beginning to have some idea the Lexomaniac mentioned that the inhabitants of lower levels who have been imprisoned in their homes. He said some of them were brought here. The cultists did something to these poor people in their own home, and now they are studying the results. To know the workings of dark sorcery means allowing corruption into oneself. There are warp mutations, no doubt. Perhaps there was some side effect, and that is why they brought here to be connected to a sensor and concentrate. Even fallen tech priests who have rejected the Omnissiah are driven by a perverted hunger for knowledge. Carefully studies the screen. Lugana, Technus, corrupted by this scrap code. I'm sure it's unlikely we will be able to extract something of value from this data crypt. Thinking, clutches his fist and bites down on a knuckle, and then recoils when the mutant from the nearest cage reaches a hand out to him through the bars. You, a female voice reached from within the gloom of the cage. Even though half of her head has been turned into a mess of bones and lumping growth, her single eye looks at you with a surprising amount of intelligence. You promised. Her voice echoes by the other voices in the depths of the cages. Bitch, this is the first time Ivan's been here. He's from another Forge world. Leans towards the cage, but at significant distance to ensure that the mutant cannot reach him. Who are you talking to? What did they promise you? Who are they? You took us from the Inferno. You promised us a reward. You, or Richard, into a grimace, and the creature's lips sticks together like melted wax. I'll be damned. They can speak. They remember the people who did this to them. Balls his fist in powerless rage. Then he frowns and thoughts. Perhaps a little biomancy will allow us to draw the fragments of knowledge out of them, or it will trigger further changes. Considering they're turning into a small ball and then coming back out. Not missing just somber intent and proceeding which he isn't. Dutifully recorded in a data slate. Rouses a brow. Esteemed Magos, there are your comrades, if I may ask. Do you feel any compassion for them, or are the very least regret regret for the losses that these poor people represent to the Adeptus Mechanicus. Negative. What I am currently observing is not my tech comrades, but merely their biological functioning remains, fashioned into a specimen of an unnatural perversion of technology. I am under no directive to feel any affinity for such specimens. My psychic abilities allow me to affect the human body. It is one of the most effective tools to use against individuals who resist questioning. But if you're suggesting that I want to use it, I think you are going to be getting a little ahead of yourself. The effect of warp energy will likely lead to an explosive reaction. I do not know the precise mechanism of this mutation. The results could be even more monstrous than its current state. Here's the thing. There's like, these things are in about 4 or 5 cages in here. If we, from what I can tell myself, it looks more like that these things are going to be turned into warp spawn or some sort of other warp abomination. It's just a gradual event. So it will happen regardless of what we do. So, let's choose this one. You think so? The tiny fragment that could prove worthless and even harmful to us in exchange for pursuing in this torture. Wavers for another moment and then leans over the couch-shader. Each mutant has cables attached. I may not know the nature of these machines, but it isn't too difficult to increase the voltage of this switch here. Hear the crackle of electricity. The wires glow with a blue spark, and the creatures locked in the cages drop lightlessly to the floor. The sharp tang of burnt meat hangs in the air. That's that then. Do you know what bothers me, Rogue Trader? The number of people here. They are too few. The lower levels of similar manufactoriums are inhabited by millions. What happened to the rest of them? I know I won't like the answer. Let's go. We still have done what we came here to do.
In this tapestry of a world, I am the rogue thread.
You're dead. Stay dead. Explosive barrels. Who are we going to fight in here? Oh! We probably would have fought people. Data vault. The metal structure grows out of a metal bulkhead like a grotesque tumor. A hollow roar sounds from deep within the middle housing. Whatever spurred the computer into action, it has enough power to supply a small command center. As soon as your eyes fall upon the couch-shader, you feel it tingling in your temples. Every nook, every component of the machine radiates a sense of wrongness, one that is difficult to explain, that no less palpable for it. It is as though the machine itself defies the laws of physics and perceptive. Makes a warning gesture, his voice ringing slightly with tension, is threaded with quiet. Stop, Ivan. That is a creation of the arch enemy. Do not go near it. You have done enough for me and my mission. Don't put yourself at risk now. As soon as Eric takes another step towards the couch-shader and emits a deafening shriek like hundreds of metal needles driving into toughened glass. As though sensing the stranger, wincing, Eric approaches the control panel and bends down towards the screen. Despite the heat clogging the room, you feel an ice-cold breeze. Hetrix is clearly using his psychic abilities to try to fend off the paranormal effects of the Chaos artifacts. Now, Sun's Grace has not touched this object. This mechanism was not desecrated but born flawed and unnatural. Iron, most profane. Pascal, unheralded, produced a date slates. A frustration log. Let's not fear. Stand in the path of knowledge. It passes in another. You watch as examine the calculator. His eyes scan the screen. His hands darting from the reel to the lever, sometimes hovering uncertainly over the next switch, which immediately receives a coating of frost. At some point, you hear his voice, almost a whisper, barely audible above a clanging, roaring machine. Sacrifices, more and more sacrifices every minute. Looks at you, his eyes darken apparently black in his white face. Hatabe determines the wombs of this cursed machine is down on the lower levels. The auxiliary enumerator control, the system for delivering molten waste under the manufacturing main building. This code stage is fueled by the power harnessed from thousands of people who are flowing beneath our feet as slag waste as we speak. But I cannot even imagine the reason for sacrificing all these people. It's inconceivable. Now we know why the fabricator prized this monster so highly. The cursed tech priest and his associates create something that went beyond the limits of the unsized power. This machine is just to pursue a myriad possibilities using warp sorcery. It is almost finished its task. It predicts the future, Ivan. Tries to muster a reassuring smile, but it comes out looking like a grimace. I'll be fine. Herex fails to stop you in time. You blow sends the torn cables warping around in every direction, scattering sparks and droplets of noxious scarlet slime.
Messiah, give me the power to eradicate thy enemies.
Boy, are we failing a lot of these quests! Well, I don't think it'll matter here soon. Because this is starting to look like it might be a wipe.
I'll do it. This is why I was chosen. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I am. I'll do it.
Victory is imminent.
Low momentum.
Hey!
Let's see.
Okay. This does down to 40.
Activate calculated fury algorithm.
This does a bit less damage.
The only sign comprehends all.
Like I said, I do not think we'll be surviving this fight. Yeah! I don't think we're gonna live this!
Odds of the trial.
Especially when there's a Herald Zeech here.
It will be done. Target well struck.
Does it mean I'm not gonna play it out?
At your beck and call.
Natural.
The Inquisition sends their regards for the throne's glory. I'm done with this one.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. Each strike is a prayer.
We might actually survive this after all. I say might because I am a dumb person.
Me? You insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Schemes within schemes. What if... a genius at work?
Successfully terminated. Running binary code right.
I won't sully myself with that. Let's see.
Indeed. At your beck and call.
Let's see to it. Your reckoning is due. Vengeance will be swift.
I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. This is why I was chosen.
Me? If you insist, Lord
No,
Captain.
no warp shenanigans with you.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
The scriptural proverb Messiah condemns you. Running binary code.
A wicked thought. Let's see. A genius. A predictable downfall. A maelstrom of madness. Schemes within schemes.
Yeah, I was not thinking we were going to survive this.
Let's see.
But we are.
Venerate you, machine spirits. Function successfully terminated. Let the cycle be discontinued. Insignificant value.
It goes squish.
I'd rather not.
Momentum.
I feel the power surging.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Holy terror! Smite your enemies!
Naturally.
Let's see to it. The Inquisition sends their regards.
Up, time to get yelled at. Comes closer and stares at you, his eyes gleaming with naked, scorching rage. What have you done? Years of work, agents I've sacrificed to uncover the cult's secrets, and you destroyed it all in one fell swoop. I did what any loyal servant of the Emperor would. Since silent for a few moments, yes, Ivan, you act as the will of the Imperium directed to all its humble lay people. It was a mistake to trust that you would see the difference between people like me and people like you. At any rate, Road Inquisitor will hear about this in my report. So what did we fail? Was it a companion quest? Yep. I feel like we're about to lose our Inquisition buddy. Again!
They will see. Oh, yes, indeed. They all will see.
Sorry, but we're dealing with Zeech, my man. His domain is knowledge. So we're fighting him against his domain. Plus, you're part of Ordo Xenos, not Ordos, Hereticus or whoever's demonologist or whatever.
One step at a time amidst the madness. A tantalizing anomaly.
Keep your guard up, Dai. Focus.
I hear him.
Curiosity sings in my veins.
Oh, we're back to the start.
I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field of flowers.
Let us seize the moment.
I'm restless,
potions! My nerves are frayed!
Successful.
We only have one way forward. I guess the other way we could have done is just blow up those
What
barrels, but
beyond?
it seems like these traps don't work half the time, so. And we only got one way left to go. Okay, so we can go through there. Or we can go north. There's a lot of barrels, but I don't see anyone. Thick marine towers over the text priest's bowed heads like a dark cliff. He is reciting a sermon, slowly, almost chanting. From the mere sound of his deep, low voice, you break into a cold sweat and your gorge rises. Listen, for my words reveal to you a path from the darkness onto the primordial truth, which has thrown open its gates for wayward souls seeking deliverance from the shroud of lies and torment of enslavement. Your minds have shed the bounds of the dogma, and that has guided you into the abyss. Accept now the hope granted to you by the greatest of the word bearers. Sacrilege here on the soil of an imperial world. Yes, it's through gritted teeth. I know our meeting on Minos wouldn't be the last, but to run into this anathema here, Kiva Gamma did not merely succumb to heresy, Ivan, but your world is in clutches of the greatest evil known to the Imperium. So his following brethren in whispering dryly, the noosphere signature of the fucked units have been archived in accordance with the sacred commandments. I will tolerate no heresy and hereby sentence you to catalogical disposal without redemption. I even gained prayer against pray against effect for permanent. So this is a permanent action we have now. Sweet. The words of the righteous hymn cut through the torrent of the heretics' impious proclamation. You feel as if the light of the Emperor himself touches your heart, warming it with grace and protecting it from the malignant corruption. Roars in fury as the tech priests turn and charge you as if on cue.
Oh, you poor souls!
Crush him!
What's this? Source, Ivan. Oh no, this is probably gonna be the last time we have you with us, Inquisitor. But you know, I'm not terribly cut up about. You think I would be, but no, not really.
I'll do it. You, my Emperor!
Nope, go away, people. I don't
Faith
want a
without
scam
deeds
likely
is why I
call at
was
this
chosen.
moment.
Doubt is for the weak.
Hi there, Pandora.
The Emperor is on our side. I won't do that.
I know it's really stupid, but I just want to.
I will do my duty. Gray hair, sure hair.
We'll get to him eventually.
It will be done.
Focus, Van Kalos. Focus.
Okay, first things first. Let's get you.
If I may,
Victory is...
Then we'll do a bit of this.
battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Huh. Interesting.
Oh, my ears ringing.
A wicked thought. Let's see.
That was by accident. Oh well. It matters not.
My vow is to serve. Combat is an equation. Your life is a negligible variable.
Scorn the pain.
High momentum.
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave.
Yeah, this should be... It doesn't really matter.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands. I'll do it. For you, my Emperor! Doubt is for the weak. I refuse. I'll do it. That is why I was chosen. As the Emperor commanded.
I won't go down easy. I won't object.
My
Let's
place is
move
at the
you over
fore.
here.
Target well struck. At your beck and call.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Is a reward.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Nothing stands against me.
War is my muse. A wicked thought. A new note in discordant melody. Another one is shattered.
Pascal, get in there! Hit it with a hammer!
Binary kryptonite.
Deliver us!
Suffer as your corpse emperor comes.
Our ranks diminish.
You, my emperor! This is why I was chosen. I'll do it. Eradicated.
For the throne's glory, the Inquisition sends their regards.
Nothing stands against me.
High momentum.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Ahead of there.
It will be done. Grey hair, sure hand. Indeed. I will do my duty. For von Valancius! Victory is imminent. An exemplary strike. Grey hair, sure hand. At your beck and target well struck.
Be gone.
Archstrategist. All bonuses from the wearer's combat tactics abilities. Da da da. We take. Ooh. This takes us further in. Wait a minute.
When the faithful are idle, heresy grows. Blessed be the hand of the healer.
Okay, we'll save, and then I'll call it an episode there. I'll see you all in the next.